Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. This is the first time showing my face on here besides, yeah, I guess it is the first time face to face with the camera. But today I'm going to be doing an oil change on the 2004 Sport Trac. Don't mind the bumper, I'm getting one for that thing. Just an oil change video. Some of you guys I've seen on TikTok and stuff are posting up videos of doing an oil change. I saw this one girl, she dumped all the oil out of her car, was taking it off the ramps, didn't even put oil back in it, just turned it on, backed it up. But just doing a quick little how-to, putting out some content. This is what we're using today. Mobil 1 M1 210A, that's the oil filter. 1030 oil. This is just a high mileage oil. The truck's got 260,000 miles on it. And I am going to be replacing a quart of this with a quart of that Lucas oil stabilizer. Something that I've not used before. I've always used the straps for oil filters. I'll be using one of these today. It's a 93 millimeter oil wrench, 3/8 extension, 3/8 ratchet, and then a 1/2 inch for your oil drain plug. Get some rags. I got this thing up on ramps. It's been cooling off for maybe 15-20 minutes. I've got the oil fill cap removed or popped open. We're gonna get under here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That right there is your oil drain. Your oil filter's right there. It looks like I used another Mobil 1 filter the last time I did this. I try to change the oil every 6,000 miles ish. I do work a lot. This is my daily driver, so you know, she gets used and abused. Sometimes I go a little bit past the every 5,000 miles, but typically I do it before 6,000. So like I said, that oil drain plug is a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna set the camera up and we'll be right back. Set it up so you guys can watch me get oil over my hands. Alright, so I'm going to be coming in the front of the truck here. Hopefully you guys can see that I've got it set up as best as I can. Well, I'm tightening it there. There we go. Actually, gotta get some gloves. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but a lot of people out there will say, oh, it doesn't matter, get some oil on your hands. I do it all the time. But as I've grown older, I've kind of started thinking about my health a lot more than when I was 15 and 16 and really didn't care. Having a little baby and getting married will make you think differently. So anyways, it's already cracked loose. I'll lift this up here. I do have some oil already in this. I probably should have drained it out. But we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully I didn't spill any. That's not good. Don't make that mistake, guys. Don't leave your cap in there, so then your oil won't go in. Get you some rags, wait for this to drain out. Hopefully you didn't spill a bunch on the concrete, but if you did, that's why you put some cardboard boxes down. You know what's funny, guys? It's crazy how your rags will just disappear when you need them the most. I'm gonna go get some rags and I'll be back. Alright guys, well, I'm back. If you guys were paying attention, I left my rags behind the gallon of oil sitting on that table back there. So they were hiding in plain sight. Anyways, just wait for this thing to drain out. Once it gets down to a little dribble, I'll put everything back. Check your O-ring, make sure your O-rings are in good shape on your drain plug. If it's mangled up, make sure you replace it. If not, there's just another oil leak waiting to happen. This thing has a pretty decent leak from the rear main seal, but it's not bad enough to where I need to add a bunch of oil every week or every 2 weeks. Usually once a month I'll have to add a little bit of oil to it. While we're waiting for that, let's see, once it gets a little bit lower than this, I'll probably go ahead and put the drain plug back. In the meantime, we're going to try out the new adapter to go on this oil filter. Well, I guess I could roll that bad boy on there the last time I did it. Go ahead and cap this off. Let's see. Oh, just had a bad angle. It's not too bad. Now that it's loose, let that leak out. Obviously, guys, I'm a DIYer. I do this in the garage, in the driveway, which I'm guessing most of you guys are if you're changing your own oil. If you got a shop or a lift in your garage or whatever, hey, kudos to you, because that's the dream. All of us guys that are DIYers, that's the dream. So I changed the oil September of 22, which is something I like to do, is right on there when I changed the oil last. Like I said, guys, this is my daily driver, so she does get used. She gets driven every day. Also, one thing to check for, make sure your O-ring comes off with your old oil filter before you put your new one on there. If not, you're going to cause a leak. And then grab you a new paper towel, rag. I like using these Scott blue rags. Wipe that clean. I like to drop these in here because I'm going to use these same rags to wipe this thing clean. Now, grab the GoPro here. Take you guys. I am going to pre-fill my new filter. I know some people don't do it. I do it. You guys can do it however you want, but that's just what I do. So you got it up here. So I'm going to take a Sharpie or something and write on here when I change the oil last, once I'm done. Now, I like to flip that back and put that back inside the box. That'll soak up, but that's all you need. And then make sure you coat your new O-ring on your filter with some fresh oil or used oil, whichever works. Whatever, you know, sometimes I've used oil right off the catch pan down there, just because I forgot to put some from the fresh oil. As you guys can see, it's soaked down in there, so I'll pour a little bit more in there. That's all right. Then we'll tighten up our drain plug. We'll put that oil filter back up. Once I get that put back up, I'll show you guys adding the oil into the truck. All right, guys. Got most everything cleaned up. I did spill some oil on that just from where I was looking for a rag, but anyways, like I said, put down some cardboard. Things like that happen. So, like I said, don't turn on your truck, don't turn on your vehicle when you're doing an oil change without any oil. I'm going to be setting up the tripod here somewhere. I don't have one of those grip stands, so hopefully I can get the GoPro to sit flat somewhere. That's my oil fill. Grab oil, grab a funnel. I just did the oil change on my mom's GMC Yukon XL, so that's why I left that cap on, because I didn't want any to spill and I didn't think about it. Alright guys, I've got everything cleaned up down under the vehicle. Got my funnel in here. And this way of changing your oil is going to be the same procedure for pretty much everything. You know, if you drive a diesel or anything like that, you're going to need 3 gallons of oil and not 1 gallon of oil. All your 4 liters, like your Explorers, your Explorer Sport Tracs, your Ford Rangers, they're all going to be the same as this. But just, you know, pay attention, check everything out before you start. If you're buying a new vehicle and you've never done it before, just make sure you look under it. So I'm going to be adding just under 4 quarts right there. If I add up what I put in the filter, should come out to right about 4 quarts. gonna put the quarts of Lucas and this stuff is super thick. I've never used this stuff before until one of my buddies who's got a Chevy Cat Eye, regular cab, short bed Cat Eye, 4-wheel drive, nice little truck. He's got over 500,000 miles on it, and he swears by this stuff, so I figured it couldn't hurt. I've used it maybe the last 3 oil changes I've done on this, but as you guys can see, hopefully you can see, my arm's not in the way. This stuff is super thick. I think he uses the original formula. This is the high mileage synthetic. So I'm gonna let that kind of dump in there and then check it once it's done. All right guys, so while that Lucas is slowly draining into the truck, I'm gonna be dumping all my old oil into some empty oil canisters, and I'm gonna be taking that to the local auto parts to recycle. Don't be the guy that dumps that in the backyard. Go take it, it's free. Most of your auto parts store, AutoZone, Advance, O'Reilly's, it's free. Just go take you can take this canister, your big drain pan, and wait for it to drain out, and then you gotta wait, take it back. I just like to take those and I leave them there upside down on their canister. They take care of the rest. So I'm gonna be filling that up, probably fill up that other valvoline over there from the oil change I did on my mom's GMC Yukon, and take it to recycle. But before that, I'm gonna check the oil level, show you guys that, and then that'll be it. All right guys, so everything's been cleaned up. Got about a half quart in here, and both of these are pretty much to the rim, so adds up pretty much the right amount. 5 quarts from this truck, 6 quarts from the Yukon. Now I like to use cardboard. I'll spray some brake parts cleaner. I had a low can there, and just clean up your container there so you're not leaking oil all over the garage, setting it down somewhere and it leaves an oil stain. So last thing left to do is just check the oil dipstick, and after that you're done. Like I said, that's how you change the oil on the truck, on the 2004 Sport Trac. Pretty easy. I'm trying to do these videos now on one take, not try to repeat everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see anything else, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. If the video helped you out, share it. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys come back for the next video.